When school employees meet with their legislators in Springfield or in their home districts, they are advocating in a way that IEA lobbyists cannot.
The members that come down from the various organizations have an opportunity to really put a face on the issue and to really personalize the issue in ways that the lobbyists don't do and oftentimes don't have to do because we're working on a more business type relationship. So having folks come down, they can talk about how legislation impacts the children in their district or affects the families in their district provides a pretty compelling message.
If you're headed to Springfield to lobby, expect to do some waiting.
The lobbying process is not always a very timely one, in that folks will come down and they may have to wait a significant amount of time to see their members, to see legislators. But if they come down with that kind of patience, with the idea that they are about educating, they are making their elected officials more aware of their issues and creating a presence that lets the member know that there are people back home that are very concerned about this particular issue, I think that's some of the most positive aspects of the trip.
Don't be intimidated by the prospect of lobbying your legislator. Just keep a few things in mind.
First and foremost, you're there to make them aware about what the issue is, what the problem is, why you're down in Springfield visiting. Also, part of that awareness is making them aware about what the possible solutions are to the problem that's being addressed. Secondly, it's an opportunity to educate the members about what the potential options are, and particularly to, at that point, begin to advocate what your message is and why the particular solution that you're espousing is one that is the most effective. And then thirdly is to persuade and encourage folks to realize that they're not always going to get an absolute answer, and most times they're not going to, because in some instances some of the members are hearing about some of these issues that can be very detail-oriented for the first time. So if you think about it in terms of making them aware, educating, and then thirdly persuading, it will be probably a less frustrating process and one that will foster better relations for the future.
Following two simple rules can help ensure a positive encounter with the legislator. Be yourself and be prepared.
I would also encourage them to sort of practice their message, their rap as we call it, before they come down, so that they have a certain comfort level, because you never know quite what to expect here in Springfield. So if they can be prepared with what their basic message is, what they want to get across, it'll make the experience in terms of communicating with the elected officials less intimidating.
You won't always get the answer you want, but there will be another day. Success is built on relationships.
Every issue is different, and while someone may be opposed to you, vehemently opposed to you on a particular issue right now in this day and time, in a couple of years they may be a person who's one of your strongest allies and a support of your legislation. So sort of always keeping the big picture in mind, thinking long term, may be a way to diffuse some of that anxiety and some of the anger that folks might have in dealing with someone who is clearly not going to be moved in their favor.
While the IEA lobbyists have an important job, as far as legislators are concerned, members matter most.
What gives the IEA its strength and its power and stature with the members of the General Assembly is knowing that we are some 120,000 members strong. And so the more members that can come down and express their support and be vocal about the issues that they care about is what will make the organization stronger in the long run and ultimately help move issues in a positive direction in the General Assembly.